Hi, welcome to Cooking with Cindy. Today I'm going to show you a basic recipe, but from this recipe you can actually expand and do a million other things with it. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cook a fresh pot of beans. Now, me personally, I like the Peruvian beans, which these are the Peruvian beans, also known as mayocoba beans. They're like a light yellowy cream color. They don't have really much spots or anything on them, as you can see. So I'm going to show you my recipe, which is normally done in about 2 hours once it's on the pot and stuff like that, but it's pretty simple. So I'm going to show you the ingredients. You're going to need about 4 to 5 pounds, depending if you want to be freezing. If you don't, if you just want it for the day or whatever not, then go ahead and do 3 pounds. I normally, for my family, will do about 5 pounds, and I like to freeze quarter-size bags in the freezer and then just thaw them out as I need them. So you will need the beans. You will need 1 fresh garlic head, an entire head, salt, and water. And I'm using a 5-quart pot in the back that I already have boiling my water. So the first things first, what you're gonna do is you're gonna sit here and go through the beans that you buy. You normally can either get them either in a bag already individually packed, or you can also get them from a container that you go and scoop it out. And so I got it from the container that you scoop it out. So I like to really go through and just check. And what you're checking is to make sure that there's no rocks or other types of beans or other trash in here. So once I do this, I will rinse these out, and I'll actually rinse them out a couple times, then I'll let them soak in water for a little bit. So after going through my beans and cleaning them out, this is the trash that I got out of the beans. Now this is like little rocks and then bits and pieces. I don't know, I don't really like this type of bean, so that's why I will sit there and take them out. So out of my 5 pounds, this is what I have. And so here goes the beans. Now I'm gonna rinse them out a couple times, and then I'll let them soak in water until my water in the back is done boiling. So while I put my water to boil in the back, I have my beans soaking. I've rinsed them out a couple times. So as you can see, my water is already reaching the boiling point. I've drained my beans, and now I'm gonna slowly put them into the pot. Just be very careful, because keep in mind that the water is hot. So here I've added about 3/4 full of the pot, because I know that the beans will absorb all this liquid. Eventually, at about an hour and 30 minutes in, when I add the salt, because that's when I add the salt, I will add additional water if needed. Right now, the only thing I'm going to be adding to this pot is the beans and the whole entire garlic head. Nothing else. So I have added my beans and my garlic head, and like I said, I will let this boil for 1 hour and 30 minutes on a low heat, and then low medium heat, and then I'll come back and add the salt, and I'll show you guys the results. So it's been an hour and a half that these have been cooking. They'll probably need a little bit more than 30 minutes, maybe like another 40 minutes if you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead now and add the salt. And salt is totally up to you how much. Make sure you add it in there and then taste it. Remember, with the more boiling and stuff, the salt's gonna get absorbed and stuff. So make sure you taste the liquid and that it has a good taste for your personal taste. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more water. So I've added more water, and I've also added more salt, and I've mixed it enough to where everything will get salt. Taste is perfect. And so this is where you want your water level to remain. You want it to cover the beans completely, because remember, it's still going to be boiling for a good 30-40 minutes, and then make sure the garlic's in there as well. So now we just sit here and wait for this to be done. So here you have the beans that have been completed. Since my pot was a little bit more on the full side, I left it for about 2 hours and a half. But it's all depending how many pounds you put in there. So you're able to tell when the beans are done. One, they the skin tends to fall off, some of them. And also you'll be able to touch it with your hands. Once you touch it and you squeeze it, you'll be able to tell. If along the process you need to continue to add liquid, make sure you do so. Don't skimp on the liquid because you do want them to have liquid. So here's my complete pot of beans cooked. Now I'm gonna take out the garlic because you do not want garlic pieces in there. And then I'm gonna show you how one of my kids loves to eat the beans. So now that my beans are done and everything, I've placed them in a bowl, but I also prepared them how one of my little ones loves to eat the beans straight out of the pot. And she will eat this, I kid you not, for like 2-3 days. And then I'm like, okay, wait, let's change it up a little bit. So I've added a little bit of onion, tomato, chile jalapeno, and then some cotija cheese, which is the dry cheese. And she'll eat it straight out of the pot like this. And that's how she likes it. And then I'll give her some tortilla chips on the side, and then she'll snack on the chips and eat the beans like that. And so here goes our beans. Fully cooked. Let's give it a try. Perfectly done. They're nice and soft. I really hope the process wasn't too difficult. Like I said, if along the process you need to add more water, go ahead and do so. But the salt, don't add it until the end, which is about 1 hour and 30 minutes into it is when you add the salt. Make sure you mix it up well enough. Now from here, I have a huge pot, which is back here, and that's way too much for me to eat on the spot. So what I will do is take the quart-sized bags, Ziploc bags, and then once it's cooled down, of course, I will place them in bags and then I'll freeze them. And then as I need them, I will bring them out and thaw them out the day of. Or like say I'm gonna do something for dinner or whatever, I'll pop it up during lunchtime and just thaw it out with some lukewarm water and it should be good to go. They still stay fresh and everything, so it's good to go. And I hope you enjoyed this process, and here you go. I hope it was not too difficult. Don't forget to watch the next video that's going to be coming up after this, because I'm going to show you how to make my enfrijoladas using the beans that I just cooked, because that's what I'm making for dinner today. So the next video, don't forget to watch it. It's really simple to do, and it's not complicated at all. So once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.